Hey Sleevers and YouTubers, Sleevy E here, and I'm doing my EGD video. I had planned to upload this the day that I got it, which was on Tuesday, but I had no time, nothing went as expected, and so I decided to just do it today. Just got out the shower, don't have any makeup on, apologize, my allergies are really bad right now. But hopefully I don't look too crazy. My procedure was done on the 21st, and I'm having the vertical sleeve gastrectomy with Dr. David Kim in Colleyville, Texas. The procedure was done at his new facility in Frisco, and it's called Destiny Surgery Center, and it's brand new, and when I do get my surgery, it will be done there. From what they explained, it's an out-of-network facility, so they mainly bill out of network, so you'll have to pay them or Dr. Kim directly, and they'll bill it that way through insurance. If you're going through your insurance, which I'm a cash paying candidate. I had some questions about my expenses, and I guess I hadn't talked about that yet. So the procedure being an exclusion to my policy, they will not cover the surgery. But Dr. Kim has a program called the MBA program, and it stands for Making Bariatric Affordable. And what that program is, they check through the EGD if you have a hiatal hernia. If you have a hiatal hernia, your insurance will cover that procedure, and your out-of-pocket will just be to Dr. Kim and the surgery center for the sleeve itself. So they go in while they're repairing the hernia. That's how they get your out-of-pocket to be a lot more affordable. And that price, I think the full price if you just paid cash is $10,900, I believe. I'm not sure, I'd have to look back at that. But after, if you have the hiatal hernia and it's approved, your out-of-pocket will be $4,900. That's a lot better price than the full 10. So I was really nervous about this procedure. If you saw my other videos, I was really kind of hoping I had the hernia. So I go in, make sure you have your driver's license and your insurance card with you because they will need that. My mom had to use my phone for the GPS, and I have it in like a wallet case, and my cards were in there, so she had to come all the way back so that I could have my cards. So have that stuff with you for sure. So I get there, I fill out paperwork, just basically saying if any students can be in the room while I do the procedure. It was really fast. They were very efficient, very, very quick. And then another lady came and got me, and she explained the insurance part of it, how they're out of network and how they bill. She was really nice, and she informed me that basically everybody in the front area has had bariatric surgery. And I was like, wow, that's really great, because she looked great. And she said she had the surgery in '98, and she gave me just some tips that she wished she would have known in the beginning, like definitely try to do cardio and some lifting to help the loose skin. She said that was her biggest regret and what she wished she would have known in the beginning. So that was really nice. I'm glad she really shared that information with me. I felt very comfortable from the start, even though I was super nervous. So then I had to wait about another 5 minutes, and another nurse came and got me. I had to give a urine sample, I guess, to make sure I wasn't pregnant. She took me back to my room, gave me my gown. I changed from the waist up. I had the gown on. She went over my medical history again, just to make sure she had everything right. And it's funny because they ask you about 20 times why you're there, what procedure are you getting, and what part of the body are they looking at. I guess to make sure that you understand what's to come. I thought that was funny. And I'm like, why do they keep asking me? And then she gave me my IV, and she was very good. People have such a hard time with my veins. They say they roll all the time. So I'm always bruised. She got it on the first try on my hand. She was great. And then the anesthesiologist came in, and he talked to me about it. And since it was my first time, they asked me several times if my family has had any history of complications with anesthesia, which they haven't. And then shortly after that, it was like 30 minutes. By 9 o'clock, I was ready to be rolled back. they kept asking me if I was cold, and I thought, no, I'm not cold. But they covered me up because they're like, it's going to be really cold back there. So they were very accommodating. 3 gentlemen came out. They hooked up little suction cups to me. They rolled me back, and I'm getting more and more nervous. I was really, really nervous, and I think that they could tell. And they were really good at just keeping me talking and at ease. So when they pulled me back into the room, the procedure room, the surgeon came out, introduced himself, Dr. Davis. He was really nice, and he explained everything, and he asked me again, what procedure am I here for, and what part of the body are they looking at. They had me roll to my side, to my left side, and they put a pillow behind my back, and I just relaxed, and they put in the oxygen hose in my nose, and they turned that on, and I'm like, is it starting? Is this the medicine? And they're like, no, not yet, just relax. And they did tell me when they released some medication, they said it's going to be a little bit cool. And it was funny because he was talking to me, and he's like, okay, well, we'll see you in a few minutes when you wake up. And I remember just my eyes getting really heavy and going to sleep. The next time I woke up, I thought I was in the same room. And so I'm opening my eyes, and that same guy that I was talking to was there. And I'm like, are we done? Are we about to start? And he started laughing. He's like, I told you it was going to be so fast. And it was done. I had no soreness in my throat at all. They gave me ice chips. I woke up. The first thing I did was ask the nurse, did I say anything crazy? And she's like, no, nothing too crazy. She said, I said, there's so many. It's so crazy, right? I like them all. And she's like, oh, okay. The nurse was super nice afterward, and I guess I kept dozing off, and I'd wake up and I'm like, wait, where am I? And but I felt fine. They check your blood pressure about 4 times. I'm in the recovery room for 30 minutes after the procedure, and then Dr. Davis comes in and explains what he saw. So he said he didn't see anything that raised any alarm. They didn't have to do any biopsies. But I did have the hiatal hernia. And immediately I'm like, yes! And they both started laughing, and the nurse is like, we don't usually get that response when we say you have a hiatal hernia, but okay. And I'm like, sorry. And I remember everything, but I remember feeling kind of loopy. And so he said, so we'll fix that when you come back for your surgery, when you get your surgery date. That'll all be fixed up. And he's like, do you understand what I explained to you? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, you have such a beautiful smile. You're so handsome. And I'm just straight up flirting with the surgeon. And everyone busted out laughing in the hallway. And he left, and you could tell he was really embarrassed. But the nurse said, oh, we all tell him that. He just gets so bashful. They were really nice. So after that, I finished my ice chips. She checked my blood pressure again, and it was time for me to go. It's raining here, and it's thundering really loud. I don't know if you can hear that. I hope it's not too loud. But what else? So my mom got there with my kids. They wheeled me out in a wheelchair and told me not to drive because I will fail a DWI. And that was it. That was the end of my procedure. It was easy, no soreness, didn't feel a thing. The anesthesia was a breeze. Don't even worry about it. So after that, I'll tell you a quick story. We went to Medieval Times that night, and I was so excited for that. So excited. I had been wanting to go for years, ever since I was little. My kids enjoyed it so much. You're gonna spend a lot of money in the gift shop. Be prepared for that. When we got into the arena, if you're asthmatic and have really bad allergies, this is not the place to go for you. Or take a Zyrtec, Claritin, something, because I had the worst allergy attack ever in my life. No joke. I lasted through the whole show, but I sneezed the whole time. They have these horses that come out and do a show, and they dance and they jump and do all kinds of cool stuff, but you could just see like this dust rising from the floor, and immediately my airways closed up. It was bad. And I just kept thinking, I have my cardiac test tomorrow. Oh my gosh. What if I fail because of this? Afterward, I had to go get some Benadryl. My eyes closed shut. They were swollen shut. Thank God that I took my albuterol breathing treatment. I had to do it twice. It was crazy. So my tip for medieval times, if you're asthmatic, take your inhaler. Be prepared for that. But other than that, it was really, really good time. I'm going to stop this video. I'm at 10 minutes already. Sorry that it's so long. My next video, I'm going to do another video right after this about my cardiac stress test and the nutrition class.